Hello and welcome to October 15, a New York Times hard sudoku, as we've tried that before. Without further ado, let's find a 6 for this block, shall we? There's a 6 here, and there's a 6 here, and there's a 6 down here. So the 6 will have to go here, right? There's a 4 and a 9 here, and there's a 4 and a 9 here. So we need a 4 and a 9 for these two cells. This cell clearly cannot be the 4 because of this 4. Therefore, it must be a 9, and this one must be the 4. It's quite a nice pattern, I think, because now we know that a 1 will go up here because of these two 1s. So we've got a 149 and a 194 and a 149. It's very symmetrical in a way, even though we are talking about 3 columns, of course. Something weird is going on with this column 7. We need to find a 2, 3, 5, and a 7 to complete this column. There's a 5 and a 2 here, so this cell must be a 3 or a 7. There's a 2 and a 5 here, so this also must be a 3 or a 7, leaving a 2, 5 for this cell and a remote 2, 5 pair for this cell. So if this cell here is a 2 or a 5, then we need to find a 7 and a 3 for these 3 cells, don't we? Now there's a 7 here and here, so this one is easy enough. It must be a 7. And that, of course, gives us a 7 for one of these two cells. Which one is not entirely clear yet, but let's see. We know that this is a 3, 7, and this is a 3, 7. And the 2, 5 will go here. No, I don't see. Well, hang on. These two cells have to be a 2 and a 5, of course, because of the 2, 5 here and the 2, 5 here. So these two cells have to be a 2 and a 5. Well, the 4 here means that a 4 can't go in this cell. And we've got a 4 here and a 4 here. So to get a 4 for column 4, it needs to go here. And now we are left with a 179 to complete this column. There's a 7 here, so a 7 will have to go here or here. And this can now be a 1 or a 9. So let's see what we've got in these 4 cells. Well, we've got a 1 in one of these 2 cells, and therefore in one of these 2 cells. We've got a 7 in one of these 2 cells because of the 7 here, and therefore a 7 here or here. An 8 will go here or here because of this 8 and this 8. So the dark horse here is a 4. I can't at the moment figure out where to place a 4. I know that a 4 will have to go in one of these 2 cells. And that's all I think I can say about, well, there's a 4 here or here as well. So we've got a 4 here, here. While I'm complicating all of this for myself, I just found a 3, and the 3 will have to go here because of this 3 and this 3. There cannot be a 3 in these 3 cells, and there cannot be a 3 in this cell, so it's got to go here. And remember when we said that this cell absolutely would have to be a 2 or a 5? That means that it can't be a 3. And this cell also can't be a 3 because of the 3 here now. So the 3 will go here. And finding this 3 leaves this cell as the only cell where we can place an 8 for this row. Because of the 8 here and the 8 here, there's no other place, and the 8 therefore goes here. Now we're looking at a 1, 2, 5, and a 9 to complete row 2. There's a 1 and a 9 here, so this is a 2 or a 5, just as this is a 2 or a 5. And we have a 2 and a 5 in this column, so this is a 1 or a 9. And here's a little bit of a logic. It might be a little involved, but please bear with me. This 8 puts an 8 in one of these cells, right? And also in one of these cells. This 6 puts a 6 in one of these cells and also in one of these cells. Okay? So we have a 6 and an 8 to distribute in these 3 cells. But we just finished talking about how these 2 cells have to be a 2 and a 5 in some order. So if these 2 cells have to be a 2 and a 5, then the 6 and an 8 will have to be distributed among this cell and this cell. And since there's a 6 already here, we now know that the 8 goes here and the 6 here. That wasn't so bad, was it? So while we can't really find out where to put the 3, 7, 2, and a 5 yet in this block of 3 by 3 cells, we can see the 3 here and the 3 here and the 1 up here. They force a 3 in this cell. And given the 3 here and here, and this 3 and this 3, we now find a 3 for the top row, like so. As we recall, this cell has got to be a 2 or a 5. And since there's a 4 down here, the only place that we can place a 4 now in this top row is here. So now we have a 4-7 pair here because of the 7-4 here, right? So this is a 4-7 pair. The other 2 digits missing from this block of 4 cells is a 1 and an 8. This 1 conveniently points to this cell, therefore this must be an 8 and this must be a 1. And we can find another 1, and we can find the 1, and it will go in this cell, absolutely in this cell, and I will explain why. First of all, this 1 puts a 1 in this cell or in this cell, and therefore a 1 cannot go in this cell. And a 1 cannot go in this cell either because of this 1 and that 1. They will put a 1 in this cell or in this cell. So a ghost 1 here and a 1 here and a ghost 1 in one of these 2 cells puts a 1 in this cell. And now we are just missing a 2, 5, and a 9 to complete this row. There's a 2 and a 5 that can see this cell. Therefore, this must be a 9. And this now is a 1 and a 7. So now we have a 2, 5 here and here and here and here. So what is left for us to deal with? Well, we know that these 2 have to be a 4 and a 7 in some order. And that leaves a 2 and a 5 for this cell and a 2 and a 5 for this cell as well. So we are kind of overloaded with 2 5 pairs. Let's see if we can somehow dig out where what goes. Well, The 9 here prevents our 9 from going in this cell, so a 9 will have to go here or here. That much is clear. Well, let's see. We've got a 9 that can see these two cells, and we've got a 9 that can see these two cells, and we got this 9 up here. Now, that leaves only this cell for a 9. And as we just mentioned, a 9 will have to go in one of these three cells. The 9 here and this 9 here prevents a 9 from going anywhere in the column but here. This cell cannot contain a 1 because of the 1 here, and nor can this cell here because of this 1. So to put our 1 in column 1, it needs to go here. And in combination with this 1, we have now found the 1 for this cell, and the last number here is a 7. The 8 here puts an 8 in one of these two cells, right? So that's a ghost 8. We also have this 8. Now, where can we put an 8 in the bottom row? It can only go here. Now, we're just lagging a 2 and a 5 to complete the bottom row. There's a 5 here. So this cell becomes a 2, and this one becomes a 5. And now this one is a 2, this is a 5, and this is a 2, and this is a 2. So that was how that was resolved. It was a little bit, it was quite neat, I think. So remember how these cells were 3 and 7, 3 and 7, and 2 and 5, and 2 and 5. Let's see if we can finally do something about this. Yes, we can, because now we have a 2 up here. So this cell cannot be a 2 anymore. Therefore, it's a 5, and the 2 will have to go here. And in combination with this 2 and the 2 here, we found the 2 for row 8. It goes here. Now we just fill in the blanks. In this case, it is a 6. And the 6 here and the 6 here gives us a 6 for the row 8, like so. And this last number has got to be a 7, making this one a 5. Now we just need a 7 and an 8 to complete this row. There's a 7 up here, so the 7 goes here and the 8 here. This 8 and this 8 force an 8 in this cell. And I think you can see where we are going with this. We are going to be finished very shortly. The last digit that we needed now here is a 5. We need a 1 and a 2 to complete row 3, don't we? And there's a 2 down here, so the 1 will have to go here and the 2 here. And because of these two 1s and this 1 and this 1, we now know that a 1 for this block will have to go here. There is no other place it could go. To complete this row, we need a 3 and a 7. That's right, 3 and a 7, we remember. And there's a 3 here. Therefore, this is a 7, this is the 3, and this is a 7. That makes this a 7 and this a 4. The 4 here and here and here puts a 4 firmly in this cell like so. And the last digit for row 5 appears to be a 6. Sometimes you get blind at the end of a puzzle. There's too many numbers. Now we need a 3 and a 9 for these two cells. There's a 3 here. So 3 will have to go here and the 9 here. That gives us a 9 for the top row like so. And the last digit for the puzzle now must be a 5. I really hope that you enjoyed this puzzle. It had its little tricks a couple of times, but as you can see, it was fairly easy to solve without the use of pencil marks. I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye for now.